Hi guys, so this is part 3 of customizing my basketball. I already put the circles on it and some hearts with a silver Sharpie, the one that I showed you in the previous videos. So, if you haven't watched this series, any of it yet, go and watch those 2 videos before you watch this one. Okay. Now, the people who are still here, I have many colors, which I will be right back with. So, hold on. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. I am back with my supplies. Now, it is a little messed up, so I'm going to be using all Sharpie products to customize it, except the paint. So I have this little paint pen, which basically is white, and it covers all the little, like, messes that you have on, like, white paper, or if you want to actually draw with white on, like, a black thing, like my basketball. So I'm going to put this into view there, and I am going to paint some little stars with this white paint pen onto my basketball. And as I said in the previous videos, I'm going to be sealing this with a nice varnish to complete the drawing and make sure it does not wear off, because I spent a lot of time on this and it would really mean so much more to me if I seal it. That way it'll be protected and I can play basketball with it, yet still have a customized personal basketball. And I can say that it's homemade, so that I use my products, like my little Sharpies and little pens and stuff for it, which a lot of people think that for basketballs you have to use a certain paint and a certain, like, basketball to paint on, and there's certain paints for certain things, and you have to use a really durable sealant paint first, and then you have to sand it, and it's like, no, you don't have to sand it, you just kind of have to paint it. And then if you're doing black, use white pens to put your design on, and then color it with whatever thing you want, unless you're painting bright colors on it. But it's really simple to do if you have a lot of patience, because it does take a really long time to get it dried, get it painted. And I'm loving these stars. They're just so nice. I mean, they're super messy, but I love it like that. Like, I just love the freeness and the nice lines and stuff to it. I like it. So I'm gonna put my name to personalize this really on this bottom part. And it does take a little more on my paint pen. Okay, I would check every time you add like a star or something that your paint pen still works, because if it doesn't, that could be a problem. And they can be expensive depending on what brand you get. And for the same coverage and basically the cohesiveness of your artwork, you probably want the same brand if you're gonna have to get like refills or something, or actually get a whole new pen. In my case, I would have to get a whole new pen. There's really no point in getting refills if you can't refill it. So yeah, and it's kind of like, oh, you could have already painted the white stars and you could have avoided this and you could have just done white on it, but the black goes so much better with it. It really brings out the little, I guess, bright spots of it. Like, it doesn't look all that plain if you paint it black. I mean, I didn't paint the whole thing black. I only painted 2 sections black because I really didn't feel like having it possibly get messed up, and that's just not my thing, to have a great thing get messed up. So I'm putting my name on this top part because I put it on the bottom part over here. And I really think that this ball is gonna be a kind of sign of who I am and what I would like to do when I paint, and basically just tell people who I am. And I think that everyone really needs that. I am putting stars at random, so if you have like a certain order that you're gonna go in, go for it. But I'm just putting it at random because I don't really know what, I know what a star looks like, but I just don't know how I want to do it, how I want it to look. And if I spend too much time thinking about this, I'm going to end up making it look horrible. So for some people, if the more time you spend on it, the more time it's gonna look great. For me, the more time I spend on it, the more time it looks horrible. So good for you, for the people that actually get this to work for them. I think I'm really proud of this though. Like, usually I'm not so proud of my artwork. Usually I like doubt it and stuff because it does look pretty bad to me. To a lot of people, it seems to be great. So thank you, the people that complimented it. So this is, sorry, I thought I got white everywhere. But here it is. So my handwriting might be slightly sloppy on this, but that's because it is a basketball and it's a pretty big scaled object. So there's not a lot of room to deal with when it's in sections, and there's lines, and you can't really cover it up if you use only paint. I mean, you could use like puffy paint, but it's not that durable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's durable, but for something that's gonna be like thrown on the ground in, let me just say, a court, and it's gonna go through a net and the paint could scratch off And there's just so many things that could happen. The puffy paint might not last. I mean, I'm not doubting it, don't get me wrong. Like, I love puffy paint, just for a project like this, it seems kind of awkward to use it if it's not the ideal thing that I've seen people put on their art, like for squishies and like not slime, that'd be weird, but like for like a whole bunch of other craft things, and I quote craft things, you probably should use puffy paint. But for this, it's not the best thing to do. So this is all in one day. I did this all in one day, and I don't know how I'm not bored. Oh, now nope, that didn't sound right. I meant, it's just, you know, now I don't have to wonder why I'm not bored. Because I've been doing this the whole day. I mean, I did take like an hour-and-a-half car ride today, but, I was longing and plotting my ideas for it. I was originally going to paint this white, and if you watched the previous videos, you would understand that I kind of went through a little phase where I thought that these could show up on black. Which, it's a weird thought that I, thought that my little Sharpies would actually show up on pure black, like pure black, which is, it's a weird thought, but I still, I'm happy that I believed in myself. But we're going to use blue first, because I love this blue. It's so nice. It's just so nice. Ooh, wow. You know what? It doesn't like this. I know it's dark. But it's really dark. I might just leave white stars. I might. Who knows? Oh, but the pink. But the pink says it all. If you didn't get that, the pink is actually working. So you will see little bits and pieces of this pink. Now you have to be careful on this paint pen because the little dots and the texture of this basketball might actually chip off the paint while using a Sharpie. And yes, this does, I guess you would call, spread and like drift off if you don't wait like a couple minutes until the white pen is dry. My Sharpie, my oh so happy Sharpie. Sorry, it wasn't working, and I was very scared. But it's working now. The white paint does, the white paint pen does want to interfere with the color of it, which I'm not so happy about. But we still got marker on our hands, and it's not going to come out for a while. I'm a little scared about that. But green, I'm really hoping works. Whoa. Green works. Green actually really does work. And I love how it shows up. It's actually quite nice. So I'm making some of these stars green because I'm limited on colors I use for this, and green just happens to be one of them, so might as well use it. Let me see. Oh, the burgundy color really is dark. But I'm gonna try. Whoa, that's pretty vibrant. I did use it. I used like a pinky color. The other pink color, it's lighter, on this part of the basketball. But you know what? I'm gonna live with it. It'll be fine. Now, let's try this dark blue. The light blue seemed to fail me, but dark blue helps. Maybe the light blue will actually work now that it's not totally wet. The basketball is totally not wet, and it could actually work this time. But this dark blue, it's more actually like purple. It's like indigo. Well, let's say that it's indigo. You always have to test your Sharpie when you're doing this, because your Sharpie might actually fade. So be careful about that. Now, this silver one, I will guarantee you it will show up every time. Every time. Now, you know what it's time for? It's time to use the silver on the little lines of the basketball. Since the lines on this particular part of the basketball are black and the parts that I painted are black, I have to add silver to bring out the lines again. And I was originally thinking that I was going to do white. Now, I should have done white before I did this, which possibly wants to happen, but I'm going to think about it. I'm thinking. I've made my decision. We're just not going to do that. Now, this Sharpie does not want to rub off. And I'm actually kind of mad at it, but kind of happy, because now I know that it's not going to fade after I'm done painting it. And I want this to be slightly messy, because the whole point of it, you know how some people like design things and they look all scrappy and kind of unintentional? Yeah, that's what I'm going for. So if you think it looks like you drew it on a piece of paper and it doesn't even look that great, you should be so, like, doubtful of yourself. No. I love this. It's amazing. Also, it took me hours. This project, not counting right now, took me about 6 hours of work. For it to dry, for me to paint it, for me to put the stars on, for me to color those, but not counting the silver bit, it's like 6 hours. You're like, why would you spend that much time on something that probably is going to get ruined? Well, it's a very simple design, so it's not like it's completely a intricate little paint I did with Poscas. Like, it's a basketball. It's intended for use. I think I'll be fine. But I am not going to color the NBA and Spalding. Those are the brand names of my basketball. I'm not going to color them silver because they're on orange. And silver and orange are not the best. Unless it's like a bright neon orange, then I could see it. Which I don't even really like orange, so I don't know why I'm saying that orange is a really great color because I never do. So maybe I'm just opening up to myself today, but whatever. So I had an idea spark in my head while I was on that like 2.5 hour car ride, and the stars, I remembered how I put them on here, and I was just thinking, this is gonna come out really bad and it's all gonna look like a mess. And at one point, yeah, I was ready to give up and just leave it black and really do nothing about it and kind of put it to the side and use it, and if the paint gets scratched off, I was like, oh well. But then I was like, I put too much work into that black paint job to just leave it to the side and like forget about it. So, you know what I did? I did some thinking on that car ride, and this is what happened to come in my head using those little colors over the white, and the white wasn't really working for me all that much before I went on that car ride, so I was a little bit doubtful of how good it would come out. But you know what? Here we are, and I'm thinking this went pretty well. This is 21 minutes. This video is 21 minutes. I just realized, like, I went over how long I thought this would be. It's taking a long time to do this silver line. Wow. That's real great. And if I did a little intricate design, I'd have to speed up parts of this video because it's already so long, and I did a more simple design. Well, I did have to test my Sharpies all over again. But besides that, we were good. Kind of mad at myself for that. But oh well. We will be okay. Now the blue's finally working. The blue in the beginning of this video, if you're even still here, was taking me a long time to get to work. So now that it's working, hey blue, we're back, and not better than ever, but you're still pretty good. I'm talking to my Sharpies. You know there's a problem with me when I'm talking to my Sharpies. I was originally going to use, not this black paint, I was really originally going to use this green paint, yellow paint, blue and black paint, and then I just gave up on that idea. I was also going to use red on an orange basketball. Who are you thinking? Or what am I thinking? That's the real thing. But, I'm just kind of putting away that stuff for another day, but we are almost so close to being done. I just have to wipe this white paint off. If you were wondering what that loud, deep sound was, that was not me. That was my table. My table is like full of oldness. Like, my table is so old. It's not even from me. It's from like thrift store. So that was when I was like 5, 6. I got this thing. So it's expected to run out of how do you say this, break down and get really old. I mean, this was old to begin with when I got it, and it's old to be in my house too. I was thinking about selling it, and then I was like, it's such a great thing, and it works so well, and it holds so much little things in this little drawer, but then I painted it and I was like, I can't get rid of this anymore. I can't, because who would want a teal flower painted thing? I mean, a lot of people, I guess, might, but I wasn't risking it. I'm making sure nothing spreads. Okay, nothing is coming off. Oh, dry Mod Podge. This is like the dry glue that I did in the first or second video. I can't even remember. It's been a long day. Yes, we still have a little bit in here. I'm gonna have to use more that I have just for now. I think we can get away with using this. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm sorry, water, that I really needed earlier. But you're gonna have to get paint in you to really be a help. Yeah, that's slightly colored, but whatever. So let's paint this Mod Podge on. The stars are still there, right? Oh, who am I kidding? I can see them. It's so white right now. It's kind of scaring me. It's almost like white paint. And it's actually kind of the thickness of it too. That was not even enough. We're gonna be breaking out my fabric glue today. Or tonight. It's at night for me right now. Shoot. Sorry, I got glue on my finger and it was like a lot. I was kind of doubting what I could do there. I mean, who am I kidding? It's been shown what I can do. It's not very good. But we are going to paint, yes, fabric glue. Why? Because it's a great sealant. I'm gonna get a different sealant too. I might show you guys. I might not. I probably will. But it's a very good sealant compared to what I've been using. Let me just tell you, when I got blue paint on this, I really got blue and orange mixed up right there. I got two colors that hate each other mixed up. I know. I'm a mess. Okay. So this video has been very long. And I'm gonna quick tell you that this is probably the last video for a week or so that will be featuring my basketball. So if you liked this series, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you enjoyed. Just have a great rest of your night, day, morning, evening, whatever time it is where you live or where you're at. I don't know. I can't speak today. But I had a great time sharing what I like with you and how my basketball customization went. So hope you enjoyed. Bye!